Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. With me today is Louie, and in today's video we are doing a very basic, simple, beautiful, poofy ruffle wreath. I'm going to be using 2 rolls of this red and white plaid deco mesh. I got this at BB Crafts. It's absolutely stunning, and in between the little checkers, can you see that gold thread? It is so stunning. So without further ado, let's get started on our beautiful Christmas ruffle wreath. Let's go over the supplies for this wreath. I'm going to start with the pipe cleaners because otherwise we're going to have a problem over here on our hands. So you are going to need 18 pipe cleaners for the wreath form itself. And then of course, depending on your sign, you're going to need a few more. I'm going to add 4 more for this square sign. The sign that I'm going to use is this one. If you do find it at the Dollar Tree, make sure that the letters are centered on the banner because some of them were really off to the side when I was trying to pick one out. You're going to need a roll and a half of 10-inch deco mesh that is by 10 yards. For ribbon, I'm going to be using this 1.5-inch wired red one, 2.5-inch ribbon that is wired, and I get it at Costco. I will also be using this beautiful 1.5-inch wired white ribbon. For my base, I'm going to be using a 14-inch metal wreath form. To attach my sign, I'm going to be using 4 of these zip tie mounds along with some hot glue and some super glue. Let's get the sign ready. I'm going to take the little tag off and I'm going to attach 4 of these zip tie mounds to the back. Just take the little sticker off in the back, put some super glue on and attach. Next, I'm going to grab my hot glue and put it around the zip tie mounds. This step is important because it's going to keep that foam plate from moving. Just in case you're wondering, this is regular hot glue. It's just black and I'm trying to use it up. Now I'm going to set it aside to dry. Next, we're going to put 18 pipe cleaners on this wreath form. If you haven't done it before, this is one of the easiest ways to do it. And believe me, you are going to save a lot of money by buying a regular wreath form and just attaching the pipe cleaners. This wreath form comes in 6 sections. In each section, we're going to put 3 pipe cleaners, and we're going to do a section at a time. First pipe cleaner is going to go on row 1 and 2, right in the center. Grabbing both rows, finding my center, and I'm going to do 2 twists, and then I'm going to bring the tails towards the inside of the wreath. The next 2 pipe cleaners are going to go on rows 3 and 4 on the outside, and same thing, find my center, 2 twists, but this time I'm going to bring the tails to the outside. Once again, row 3 and 4, find my center, 2 twists to the outside. Just like this, each section is going to have a pipe cleaner on row 1 and 2 right in the center, and to the sides on row 3 and 4, 2 more. That's it. I'm going to repeat this going all the way around. My wreath base is all done. I have 6 pipe cleaners on the inside 2 rows and 12 pipe cleaners on the outside 2 rows. Next, we're going to cut our deco mesh, and we're going to cut it into 30-inch strips. And I just wanted to give you a little close-up of just how beautiful this deco mesh is. Since my cutting mat is 24 inches in width, I'm going to grab a ruler and go to 5.5 inches because there is a 1/2 inch on the side. And that way we have 24 and then 6 right here, 30 inches. Put it in my little basket. Grabbing my rotary cutter, I'm just going to start cutting at 30 inches. I'm going to cut 18 pieces. My deco mesh is all cut up, so let's make our ruffles. I'm going to unroll my deco mesh so it's rolling onto the table. And here I'm going to fold about 1 inch in And we're going to start collecting right in the center. This particular decoupage does have a center line, and I know exactly where the center is. If I was using a solid color decoupage, I would just go to the 10 inches on my measuring mat and collect right in this little square, and you know you're in the center. See? It's so easy. When I get to the end, I'm going to fold an inch, but as you can see, because it's rolling onto the table, I'm just going to grab it and bring it together because it does it by itself. If you feel like you went off to the side too much, just even it out a little bit if you want to do that. And then attach your little ruffle to each one of the 18 pipe cleaners. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I consider this my relaxation. I just start making these ruffles, watch YouTube or a favorite show, and I would love to know what you do when you're doing something. Maybe not even wreaths. Maybe you're somebody who likes to sew or to crochet or whatever you do. But when you're working with your hands in this relax mode, what do you do? I would love to know in the comments below. Here's my third one, and I'm just going to repeat the process going all the way around. Now it's time to cut some ribbon. I'm going to grab the white ribbon first and cut 6 pieces at 22 inches. Zigzag until you get 6 pieces. To dovetail each side, I'm going to fold them in half and cut a little triangle. Next, we're going to grab the white ribbon, but this time we're going to cut it into 12-inch strips. We're going to need 6 pieces of this one also. After you get your 6 pieces at 12 inches long, we're going to do the same thing with the corners and cut little dovetails. I'm taking the red ribbon and same thing, 12 inches, 6 pieces. Make dovetails on the ends of this ribbon also. Last but not least, grabbing my burlap ribbon, and I'm also going to cut it into 12-inch strips, and I'm going to need 6 of these. And of course, just like the other ribbon, we're going to cut dovetails on the sides. My ribbon is all ready. I have 6 pieces of each. This one's 22, and all of these are 12 inches in length. We're going to use this one last, so I'm going to put it to the side. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the outside row only, and every other pipe cleaner, I'm going to get rid of it because we're only doing 6 ribbon bundles on the outside, and we're going to put this white ribbon on the inside pipe cleaners. I'm listening to you guys. You have been telling me, Nadia, show more of the actual decoupage of the base. And you know what? That is what we're doing. Grabbing our white ribbon only, we're going to fold it in half and then find the little center, bring it together, attach it to a pipe cleaner on the inside row, twist it in place, and get rid of the extra tail. We just want a little bit of the white peeking through the center here and there because we're going to have a big sign in the center. Ooh, I have help coming. Would you like to help, Simba? That's right. This is how Simba helps. The white ribbon is all on, but I'm not going to set it in place until we're all done. Next, we're going to take the burlap and our red ribbon, layer the red over the burlap, fold it in half to find our center, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in the center, and we're going to make a little V using the pipe cleaners on the outside row, the ones we did not cut off. We're going to make 2 twists. Just like this, I'm going to attach to the rest of the pipe cleaners on the outside row, but make sure not to cut your pipe cleaners. We're going to need them to add the other white ribbon. All our ribbon is on except for the long 22-inch pieces. We are going to make sweet little bows with this ribbon to go right on top of our red and burlap ribbon bundles. To make our sweet little bows, the first thing you want to do is make an awareness ribbon. So I'm going to take one of the sides and flip it. Now I have my awareness ribbon. I'm going to put it on my measuring mat, and I want a 4-inch tail. So I'm going to measure my 4 inches. The other tail, we just adjusted to make sure it's at 4 inches also. Grab the little square right here, and then we need to find the center of the loop. So I'm just putting my thumb in and then bringing it together to put it on top of that little square. And that's it. We have our little bow. Now I just squeezed it together and let's attach to the pipe cleaner. The nice thing about it is because the tails of our bow are shorter than the red and the burlap, it's going to stand out so nicely in the little ribbon bundle. Twisting right in the center, cutting off an excess and just twisting it back. And we have a gorgeous little ribbon bundle with a bow in the center. Now I'm going to continue doing the same thing. Awareness ribbon, measure my tail at 4 inches, both sides, take that little square, and then the loop, we're going to find the center, bring it in, and then squeeze everything together in the middle. And I'm attaching it to the next pipe cleaner. Cutting off the excess, leaving about 1 inch, folding in and folding back. This is going to be one adorable Christmas wreath. For the center of each bow, I decided to use a vase filler, and I love using these. They're lightweight. They come in different sizes, so you can choose tiny ones, bigger ones, whatever you want, and they're super easy to hot glue. I picked out 6 of the biggest gold ones, and I'm just going to simply hot glue them right to the center of each bow. The reason I chose to do a gold center is because this decoupage does have gold throughout in the threading, and you can definitely see it. The bows are all done, and just look how adorable they came out. Okay, now it's time to put in our sign. I'm just putting a pipe cleaner through each one of the mounds. Pipe cleaners are all on. I'm just going to flip and start attaching. I'm attaching the pipe cleaners to row 2, and I usually just do one simple twist because I am going to come back to make sure that it's in the right spot before I lock it in. I like where the sign is, and now I'm going to go ahead and just lock in those pipe cleaners in place. Twist them around and make sure that they won't move. To hang the wreath, I'm just using a piece of jute cord, and I'm going to make a few knots and cut off the tail. At this point, you can decide if you want to cover the back. If you do, you can use anything from felt to a placemat, and you can just zip tie that in place and the back will be covered. We are done with our hanging loop. Now that the back is taken care of, let's take care of the front. Make sure all those bows are poofy and adorable, of course. Make sure all the ribbon tails are beautifully laying on your wreath. That white ribbon that we attached to the center row, make sure that's out. And just do that going all the way around until you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas wreath. What did you guys think of the wreath? I hope you enjoyed it. In the comments below, don't forget to say hello to me and give me a thumbs up because it definitely helps my channel grow. And if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing for more wreath tutorials. With that being said, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, guys. Mwah! Say bye. Such a sweet, sweet, sweet doggy. Bye, guys.